welcome to the very first episode of NPHS Conversations. My name is Katie Romiti, and I am the Early Head Start coach, which means that I support our teachers and home visitors with curriculum, classroom setup, and training needs. Our first guest is Cher McKeever. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Katie. I'm actually very excited to be the first guest.
Yes, you're first one. So what is your position at NPHS?
Well, I am the URSA IT coordinator, and URSA is, there's a lot of acronyms in Head Start. I mean, we've all had to learn them over the years. But the first E is eligibility, which is what you and I will be chatting more about, eligibility. Yes. Recruitment is something that we have to do to go out in our catchment area and look for children and discuss the option of coming into our program. And everyone does recruitment. Then after we take and fill out an application, it's the selection process. How do you get in by a point system? And that's the selection. And the second E is enrollment. Once we select you, we get you enrolled in our program. And the A is for attendance, which once we get you enrolled, we want you to attend. We're not a part-time program. We are a full-time program. So that's gearing you up for that school readiness. Yes. That is the root of our program, and of course IT, I assist with all of our IT needs.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For explaining all of it.
You're welcome.
So this is a big question.
Yes.
What is NPHS?
NPHS, Northern Panhandle Head Start, another acronym, NPHS. Is a child and family development program. We wrap this service that we offer, this wonderful, unique opportunity to the entire family. You may think that you're just enrolling your child into our infant toddler area or into our preschool, our pre-K, but little do you know that once your child is enrolled, your family is enrolled. And we have a group of staff called FRAs, Family Resource Advocates, that work with the families very closely on their individual family needs.
We want to touch everyone in the family and meet
I always say, Katie, that when I talk to parents on the phone, that we wrap our program around the entire family.
Yes.
It's the family development, it's the child development, it's the whole unit is growing together.
Absolutely.
And we've got a lot of professionals here to help a family in need.
Yes, we do. We have a big support network. Thank goodness.
Yes, we do.
And how does somebody apply to be part of our NPHS family?
Well, we service Hancock, Brooke, Ohio, Marshall, and Wetzel counties in West Virginia. Yep. We have prenatal to age 5 services. Yep. So those are two things. You've got to live in our service area. You have to live in our service area, and then you be in that age range. Yep. And then the next is that we're income and age based. So we've already talked about the age. Now we got to look at the income. You know, Lyndon B. Johnson started this program under his war on poverty back in 1965. So we're carrying that on. Our guidelines, and again, I said the federal poverty guidelines, but we take everyone's application. So it's just a point of reaching out, or when we're at a community event, we're getting your name, we're following up with you to fill out an application for your child, which again, we bring in the whole family.
Yes, yeah. So everyone can apply.
Everyone can apply. And how do you apply? Again, another avenue of applying is you can apply online. We do have a wonderful website, www.nphheadstart.org. And we also have a Facebook page that has that link to apply as well. And then what happens from there with that contact from the web or from the Child Plus online service is that I send the lead out to the staff in your community. If you're in Hancock County and you say you live in Weirton, I'm going to connect you with one of our coworkers that is at the Weirton location.
Yes. Yep. So you'll be serviced by somebody in your community that services your community specifically.
Right.
And what does the enrollment process look like after that application process?
Yeah, I was going to say the application is first.
Yeah.
So your first lesson in learning about Head Start is at the application process, because we really, even though you may apply online, there are certain things that online option can't tell you. It's not super personal. And we are personal because we want to get to know your family. We want to give you the most points possible, and you can do that better when you're meeting one-on-one with the family. You learn a lot more. We're going to be able to give your family more points on that selection process. So, full story, exactly. Full story right at the application. Yes. So the application comes in with the backup of income and generally the backup of age. And then everyone goes to a waiting list first. And then when we have openings, we look at the wait list, that selection process, and the highest points go first. Now, let's look at the eligibility selection process. Foster families experiencing that are in foster care, families that are in kinship care with grandparents or some other kin, and children that are experiencing homelessness, they are given top priority for our program to enroll. So they're always going to be at the top of our wait list, homelessness and foster. Then we have this wonderful opportunity with public assistance that makes it so much easier for families in the application process. If you receive the SNAP benefit, which is food stamps, but it's called SNAP, S-N-A-P, you get, that's all you've got to prove to us. Even if you may be working a job, we're not going to ask you for your income because you've told us you receive SNAP. So we need to get a copy of that. Everything about Head Start, the Head Start application process requires backup. Yes. So if you met with me, I would say, by chance do you receive the SNAP benefit? And you would say, yes, I need to get a copy of that. If you say, no, I don't receive SNAP, but I work at Walmart, and I say, okay, what we have to do is we're going to go by your gross income, and I need a copy of your most recent paycheck, because again, we have to have proof and backup. Absolutely. Because of us being an income and age-based program. So we would get a copy of your Walmart check. You get paid bi-weekly. We're going to use your gross. We're all about using the gross income. Yes. So we would say if you made $800 every 2 weeks, so it would be 800 times 26. We look backwards. We don't look forward. We look at the previous 12 months of income, and it could be different. So that's why in all of that, you can see why we need to meet one-on-one with the family so that we can ask all of those integral questions about eligibility. We do accept families who are over income, but we must ensure that our process has families that are income eligible showing up first on the selection.
Absolutely. Those are the families that we enroll first always.
Yes.
And then the over incomes are welcome as well, obviously.
Right. At a 10%, we have a 10% threshold of serving families who are over income, but we must ensure we're helping the neediest of the needy first.
Absolutely. And what can be expected after that enrollment packet is completed? What do families need to know about that time period?
Okay, so what we do is when we look at that selection, that wait list, we're going to call and say Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Smith, we have an opening in our North Park 1 Center. Would you like to take that? And here's the times and so forth. And Mrs. Smith agrees to have Susie come into the program. So then the FRA, the Family Resource Advocate, is going to meet with Mrs. Smith, and she's going to fill out paperwork, enrollment paperwork. Now, let's talk about health, because Head Start is all about health and well-being of your child. That's something that the FRAs and all of our staff are going to discuss, because we got to get kids school ready and healthy, and make sure they're in all of their health needs that for their well child visits have been taken place. So what we're going to say is that we need a current well child visit, and we need up-to-date immunizations. So that's very important. And we're not a child care, but we do operate under the West Virginia child care licensing, which says that a child has to have a well child visit that's current or have one within 30 days of entry, and they must have their immunization schedules in hand when they come into a room, and it has to either be caught up or a plan signed by a physician to catch up. Yes. So health and well-being of children, and you don't really want your child to come in if there's, and we're not going to let it happen, but if you have an allergy, we want to make sure that we've connected with your doctor and we know that there are allergies, if it's food, if it's seasonal, whatever it may be.
All the parameters.
All those parameters
Yes.
about the safety and well-being and health of your child is in order
Yes.
before stepping into the room.
Yeah.
So that's what happens after the application. Then we do the enrollment process. We check those health pieces. Then the teacher meets with the family, and then we're ready to go and get your child in the room.
Yes.
Join the ranks.
Absolutely. We're ready. Our educators are ready to
Yep.
love on your children and help them thrive not only educationally, but also with, health and the whole family to be successful. So that's who we are, and that's what we do. And,
Right.
And we are very passionate about it, and we have a
Yes.
great group of people who care and love very deeply about our program and the children that we serve and the families that we serve. And we would love to meet with some new families that this may reach and get you on our roster and part of our NPHS family, so we can love on you too. So thanks for joining us.
And please take a moment to go to our website, nphheadstart.org, and follow us on Facebook, because we're putting real-time pictures and scenarios and letting you know the activities, the learning activities the children are engaged in the classroom. And you'll get to see their smiling faces there on Facebook. So we do have safe, nurturing environments ready and waiting for your children. And then we have staff who are ready to be connected shoulder to shoulder with you as adults, the adult caregivers, be it grandparents, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, anyone. We have a great support system for the adults with our program as well.
Yes, so please come and join us. I will link all of our websites and Facebook, both of those below in the show notes. So please look at those, and we look forward to meeting with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.